Hello everybody, good evening. We are the group 9 and we're going to be talking about the style or the style. So the style is a Dutch art movement founded in Leiden, Netherlands from 1917 up to 1931 by Theo van Doesburg. It was an expression of Piet Mondrian's theory of neoplasticism. So neoplasticism basically means the new art. It was based on a set of extreme limits with the goal of creating visual toolbox that was incredibly simple yet infinitely repeating using only primary colors, horizontal and vertical lines.
The Stijl, or in translation to English, the style. The Stijl is a flawless style, reduces simply to the most basic shapes and colors. It is applied to all mediums including paintings, decor, and infrastructures. It is also a minimalist technique, compromising in its return to form and color's essence.
Theoretically, this style is called a balance of individual and universal. Its goal is to create a precise mechanical order lacking in the natural world. That is what Mondrian described it. It was an advocation of pure abstraction. In other words, this art was purely abstract. But the big point or emphasis that separated this from other abstract movements is that there is this kind of universalized reduction to just the essential form and color.
The history of the Stijl art.
The Stijl Art movement modestly began with only Piet Mondrian and Theo van Doesburg, but it quickly expanded through the span of years it was active.
World War I began in 1914. At that time, Mondrian visited his home in Netherlands, and he was forced to stay there for the duration of the war. Also, during this time, Theo van Doesburg started looking for artists that could help him start a new art movement. The reason why Mondrian went home, it is because he was summoned by his father's bedside. He wasn't expecting that he found himself trapped in this. But since the country is in neutral during the war, Mondrian was never in any danger at all. Then yet, he felt painfully cut off from the important works and the artistic momentum. Nevertheless, in this period, he devoted a great deal of thought to formulate his future artistic program, thanks to Theo van Doesburg in promoting the style movement. In 1915, Theo van Doesburg started promoting the Stijl Art movement. He started meeting artists to be a co-founder. Then he met Mondrian and some other artists who became part of the movement. To name a few, Bart van der Lek and Image Day Schoenmakers. So during Mondrian's stay at the Lawrence Artist Colony, there he met Bart van der Lek and Theo van Doesburg. Little did they know, it was the stepping stone of founding the Stijl.
In 1917, the foundation of the Stijl began. The social economic circumstances on this year form important sources of inspirations for the theories of artists. Most architectural ideas were influenced by Hendrik Vitus Berlage and Frank Lloyd Wright. The next year was in 1921. In this year, the Stijl began to change, where other influences started playing a role during the association of van Doesburg with the Bauhaus. Their influences were mainly changing, to which majority of the members disagreed.
In 1924, there was a new proposed theory of Theo van Doesburg called elementarism, which suggests that diagonal lines is more vital than horizontal and vertical lines. After this proposed theory, Mondrian separated with the movement, but they've also gained more members at this point. When Theo van Doesburg died, the movement didn't manage to survive because van Doesburg kind of had the most pivotal role in the art movement.
Next are some examples of the Stijl art. The first one is Composition 13. This is a dish till oil on a canvas painting created by Theo van Doesburg in 1918. It is currently on Kunstmuseum, Winterthur in Switzerland.
So this is the ING Bank office in Romania, and this was their interior design back on 2013. It was designed by Christian Carvin.
The Red Blue Chair. The Red Blue Chair was designed in 1917 by Gerrit Rietveld. It represents one of the first exploration by the digital art movement in 3 dimensions. In the Red Blue Chair, Rietveld manipulated rectilinear volumes and examined the interaction of vertical and horizontal planes as what we can see in the picture. Rietveld believed that there was a greater goal for the furniture designer than just physical comfort. These are the well-being and the comfort of the spirit. Rietveld and his digital colleagues, including the movement's most famous theorist and practitioner, Piet Mondrian, sought to create a utopia based on a harmonic human-made order, which they believed could renew Europe after the devastating turmoil of World War I. New forms in their view were essential to this rebuilding.
And that is it for our report about Stijl Art. Thank you so much and God bless you all.